Yo, welcome to the Sanctuary. My name is Trevor Taylor, and I'm glad to have you here. Today's session, we're going to work the roots. All right, we're going to establish some steady roots, and that is primarily focusing on our hips and everything below it. So we'll work the hamstrings, we're going to touch these quads, the calves, the toes, the feet. Everything is going to get some love today, because before we try and bloom into anything, right, we got to establish our roots. Before a flower or a seed decides that it wants to be a tree, the first thing it's got to do is establish its roots. So in today's practice, having some blocks might help you, and the idea of bringing the ground closer to you just in case your roots don't reach all the way to the flow just yet. So if you got blocks, those are come in handy. If you got a set of books that you've been using, or a pillow, anything that can be pretty solid so that you can really push into and feel secure with. All right, so let's get started on our backs. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together and let the knees open wide. And this is a good time, if you have those blocks, where you may notice a lot of tension in the hips, and this is uncomfortable. If it is uncomfortable, you can take your blocks and place them under the knees. If you like to give yourself an opportunity to let your knees open a little bit wider, put them at a lower setting. At the start of the practice, I just want you to maybe even close your eyes. Know that if you walk the heels a bit closer to the hips, that the tension may grow, and then the further they go away from the body, the more access you may find in this pose. Now, you might lay your hands out to your side. You may lay one hand on your belly and on your heart, whatever you like to do. But I want you to finally just take the second to arrive. All right, you've made it to your sanctuary. So you can leave whatever mess you dealt with in traffic or while at work. Any issues or conflicts that may have come about throughout the day. It's your chance to let it go. So just focus on your breathing for a second. Notice how it feels as it comes in through the nose, and how it feels as it leaves the body. And all that tension that was on your mind, you can let that go. Now, if you have those blocks by the side of your knees, I want you to gently remove them. We're going to work a little bit here. So draw the heels in a bit closer. Take a full breath in. Feel the belly rise. Feel the chest lift. Exhale, draw the knees down. Inhale, relax them. Exhale, draw the knees down. One more time. Inhale. You might even bring the knees up. And then exhale, draw them down. Let gravity pull them. Use your glutes to pull them down. And then lay your legs to the left. Right leg's on the stack on top of the knee. And we got supine twist. Right hand reaches out to the side. Turn your gaze to the side. Full breath in. Full breath out. Come back to the soles of the feet touching, knees open wide, exhale, side, second side. Here we go. It's a great way to start the activation of the muscles in the hips and the glutes and the low back. And then we go for that supine twist, gives them a chance to relax. Let's open back up into recline Baddha Konasana. And then go for that supine twist again. Turn your head all the way to the right. Let it all go as you exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, supine twist, second side. One breath in, one breath out. Good. Inhale, back to neutral. And now we're gonna hug the knees in towards the chest. I want you to wrap your hands on the bottom of your knee. Keep your tailbone into the mat. And then gently make some circles here. So you draw the knees in and out. Now you might move with your breath. Your circles may be a bit smaller. Just choose to move in a way that feels like it's gonna serve you. And then reverse that direction. I like to empower you to know that you have freedom to take care of yourself in this class. Meaning if something is hurting, please don't do it. All right, you know your body better than I do and anyone else does. So the expectation is that you take care of yourself. Now let's draw the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the thighs or around the knees. Can you give yourself one big old hug here? Stay for the exhale. And now let the knees go wide for happy baby pose. So in happy baby, we got our knees going towards our armpits. And then if this is fine for you, if this is a sweet spot, great. But if you'd like to take it a bit further, you bring the soles of the feet towards the sky, reach your hands on the inside of your leg, and then wrap your hand on the outside of your foot. Knees still going towards the armpits. As long as your shoulder and your head can stay relaxed, I say allow your hips to open up. Let's take a full breath in. Tailbone to the mat. Let it stay there as you exhale. The knees go towards the ground. One more breath in. Let it all go. Now let's give ourselves a hug one more time. And then drop your left leg down to the mat. This might be the sole of the foot, or you may extend that leg all the way out and gently just tug this right knee in towards the chest. Full breath in. Open it out to the side, exhale. Inhale back to center. Kick the sole of the foot to the sky, hamstring stretch, exhale. Breath in, pull it down. Exhale it out to the side. Keep that left leg grounded into the mat. Breath in, pull it back. Exhale, extend it up. Last time, keep that foot up. We're going to exhale and gently draw that knee towards the body, towards the face, and then let it down long, swap it out. Left leg. Inhale, pull it in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, extend that foot up. Press it away as you exhale. Bend the knee, breath in. To the side, let it go. Back to center, breath in. Exhale, extend the leg. Last one here, breath in. Out to the side, right leg stays rooted down. We go back to center. Extend that foot up and then pull the leg towards the body. Keep pushing that foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, let it down long. Full breath in, take a good morning stretch. Reach the toes and the fingers away from each other. Exhale, wrap up in a big old ball. And then begin to rock yourself up to a seated position. So we did this on our backs. This time we're going to do it on a block if you like, or if you can just sit on the floor, that's fine. And I say grabbing the block is going to keep the hips above the knees. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You may be familiar with this as butterfly. All right. Again, we're going to draw the knees down. Let the feet roll out. So I'll face you for a second. The soles of the feet are going to roll out. You may wrap your hands underneath. And now I want you to first pause here. Notice your spine. If you feel like you're rounded, can you first draw the belly button in and begin to lift your chest? Good. Now from there, can you begin to roll your shoulders behind you? You don't have to force them down, but just enough so you can flatten your collarbone across your chest. Good. From there, sit your crown up tall. All right, not your chin, but the top of your head, so the back of your neck feels long. Continue to draw those knees down. Take one breath in. Can you fold over, keeping that length? You might not go far, that's fine. But keep drawing the knees down. Take one more breath in. Let those hips really relax as you exhale. Inhale, come back up. I'm going to remove the block. We're going to extend our feet out in front of us. All right, now I want you to bend your left foot into the inside of your leg. Extend the hands up high, sit the roots down low. Full breath here. Exhale, fold over that front leg. You might just grab for the calf or the shin, maybe the ankle, maybe the foot. Now, if you got long arms or you're flexible, you can bring this block on the outside of on the bottom of your foot and give yourself an extra length there. All right, choose the one that's going to serve you. We got one breath in. Let it all go. Now bring your right hand on the inside, left hand to the back of the head. Push your right hand into the earth and point your left elbow to the ceiling. Full breath in. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. You might even turn your gaze to find your elbow. And then you can roll your hands towards your foot if you'd like. Keep pointing that left elbow up to the sky. Full breath into the left low ribs. Stay for the exhale. 2 more breaths. Draw that elbow back. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Come back to center. Take your time as you rise up, and we're going to swap them out. Right foot finds the inside of your left leg. And then lift up. Shoulders frame the ears this time. Exhale, fold forward, and then let the shoulders come away from the ears. Now, if you have that block again, take the opportunity to find the way that's going to serve you best. We got 4 breaths here. Good. Can you feel both legs into the earth, right? The sit bones. Talking about your butt bone there, underneath your left leg and your right leg. Keep drawing your right knee down. And take another breath in. As you exhale, spin your chest to the side. Left hand finds the inside of that left leg. Right hand finds the back of the head. And we find our twists. Now, you may notice the difference from one side to the other. Draw that right elbow back and point it to the sky. Stay with your breath. Got 2 more here. Exhale, let it go. Both feet out in front. Staff pose. Take a full breath in, feel both sides begin to reach up further from the hip all the way to the shoulder. Exhale, find that fold. Press your feet away from you. Full breath here, halfway lift. Let your shoulders away from your ears and fold deeper. There. Let's cross the ankles, roll over the legs, and we're in tabletop. Step that right foot up to the top of the mat. Grab those blocks if you'd like. And find a lunge. So the blocks help you find some length again. If you are having some difficulty grabbing the roots and setting them into the earth. Or if you'd like, you can just keep them up in front to keep your spine upright. All right, now let's bring that tailbone underneath us. We don't want that low arch like this. We want the tailbone underneath you. Push your front hips forward. And then if you have your hands on your blocks, maybe your knee, let's keep the hips in front and let your hamstring come towards your calf. Good. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, pull them down and cactus the arms. Lift your chest. Breath in. Flex the core. Exhale, left hand down. Right hand to the sky. Good. Push the left hand down into the earth. Reach the right hand up. One breath here. Exhale, frame the foot with both hands. Maybe they're on the blocks and shift the hips back for half Hanuman. Now you want to keep this left hip on top of the knee. We don't want to sink like this, all right? We want to keep it active. I want you to push your toenails into the mat, push your heel into the mat, and now dig it back. And pull the heel and the toenails together. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, come to your lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, full breath here. Exhale, step up and find forward fold. Halfway lift, hands into the shins. Maybe have the blocks. And then exhale, fold deeper. Find your standing pose. Breath in, hands go high. Exhale, let it down low. One more breath in, hands go up. Fold over as you exhale. Step your right foot back. And we drop the right knee. Low lunge, second side. Same thing here. Push the left foot down. Push the right knee and toes down. Hips in front. Full breath in, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, sink the hips down. Can you remain there? Use your blocks if you'd like. Place your hands wherever you'd like. Take the inhale up. And then exhale the arms down. Breath in. Right hand down, left hand high. Exhale. One breath in. Let the hands frame the front foot. Scoot the hips back, half Hanuman. Dig the heel back towards the hips. Push those right toes down into the mat. Full breath in, halfway lift. Let it all go. Find your lunge. Inhale. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, exhale. And then we step up, find our fold. Halfway lift. Let it all go. Standing tall, breath in. Exhale, hands by the side. Inhale, the hands go high. And now we sink the hips down for chair pose. All right, I want you to take this block if you have it, right? Put it high in the thighs if you're going for that chair pose. And really squeeze the inner thighs together. But make sure the knees stay on top of the ankles. You might even bring your feet together. And if you don't have a block, you can still squeeze the inner thighs. Now in that chair pose, this is like the fun part. I want you to see if you can really sink the hips down while keeping the inner thighs squeezing. And now breathe in and lift your chest. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step back, find a plank. Lower all the way down, elbows graze the ribs. And now inhale, cobra pose. Push the hips down, lift your chest, shoulders roll back. Exhale, let it go. Child's pose. Push the hands down, knees go wide, big toes touch. Breath in halfway. Let it all go. Tuck the toes. Find downward facing dog. We lift the knees off the mat. We push the hips to the sky. And I want you to lift those kneecaps. Push the hands down. One breath in. One breath out. Right heel floats. Three-legged dog. And then step this foot to the top of the mat. Use your blocks. Make it to any journeys or steps that you need to take. If you want to drop your back knee, the option is there. Otherwise, we want to keep that back leg lifted and float the hands high for high lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, extend up. Left hand down, right hand high, revolve lunge. Push the earth away, one breath here. Exhale, frame that front foot with both hands. Step the back foot up about halfway and find pyramid pose. This is a great opportunity to have those blocks again. Anytime you need to bring the earth closer to you. If you need to scoot your foot up a bit more, if you like to scoot it back, option is yours. Let's take a halfway lift, breath in. Push both feet down and fold. Exhale. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, find fold. Left foot meets at the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale all the way down. Bend the knees, either step, or you can even hop back to find a plank. Elbows graze the ribs as they bend. And then pull our heart forward for upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel floats, three-legged dog. Push the hands away and then step the foot to the top of the mat. Keep the knee lifted or drop it. The high lunge is here. Breath in, tailbone underneath you. Exhale, cactus the arms. Maybe even drop the pelvic floor to the earth. Breath in. Revolve lunge as you exhale. Push the earth away. Reach the hand up. Exhale, frame the front foot with both hands and step that back foot up, pyramid pose. Halfway lift. Keep that length and then fold over. Take a few breaths. So we got to work these roots. We got to establish these steady roots. So these legs going to get that love. Let's step that back foot up. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Breath in, lift the chest, lift the hands, lift the head. Exhale, sweep it behind you. Good. Breath in, hands go up again. Cactus the arms as you exhale. Elbows trying to touch behind you. Good, that's it. One more breath in. Sweep it back. One more breath in. Pull it down and apart. Stand up tall. Exhale, Tadasana. Come back to the breath. I want you to ground through your right foot. Let's step that left foot long behind you. And take your time. It's like you're moving through molasses. You're going to spin that back foot at 45 degrees. Almost kind of like your warrior two stance. And then we're going to sweep the hands up high. Find a bit of a back bend. Cactus the arms. Lift your chest. Breath in. Find warrior two as you exhale. Can you keep that right knee going towards the pinky side? And if you have blocks, know that this is also acceptable. And a warrior two can also look like this. I just want to make sure you have a few options. Take care of yourself. We're still in it though. Full breath here. Maybe even sink the hips down. Extend that leg. Right hand finds the inside of this leg. Revolve triangle or extended triangle. And if you have a block, great opportunity to put it there. Take one breath in. Now let's bend that knee. Scoot that block up. Side angle pose. One breath here. Revolve lunge. Hands swap out. Spin the back foot. The right hand goes up. You may even roll on the outside edge of this right foot and push that knee out, but then draw it back towards the hips. All right, take one more breath in. Exhale, both hands down. Scoot your blocks in front of you and prep for warrior three. Now, warrior three, we're going to lift that back foot and point this left knee towards the mat and use your glutes to lift the heel. Then the blocks can be here to help you find balance until you're ready to take flight. Keep pushing that right foot down into the earth and lift this kneecap. Otherwise, you can keep a slight bend, but just notice what parts of your body are active. Can you take one more breath in, find cobra in your spine. Exhale, find a fold. Inhale all the way up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and take a side bend. Come back to neutral. Exhale, let it down. Step the right foot back. Warrior one, inhale. Warrior two on the exhale. And we pause here. Left knee still going out. Let's come back to warrior one. And let's cactus the arms down. Breath in, reach up. Exhale, both hands down. Right hand down, left hand high. You may roll on the outside of that left foot. Draw the knee back. One more breath in. Exhale, let it down. Warrior 3. No. Not warrior 3. Come back to the mat. Left hand finds the inside of that left leg. Here we go. Now extended triangle. I almost jumped ahead of myself there. I do this often. Now let's bend that front knee. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Got us back on track. All right. Now, let's find that warrior 3. Point your right knee down and lift your right heel up. If you point your toes away and keep this left foot pushing down into the earth, notice that that right hip might want to roll open. Can you be disciplined in the right hip and keep that left leg still pushing down as the right heel floats up? Take one more breath. Exhale, find your fold. Whoa there. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, let it go. And we rise up. Establish those roots and sink the hips down, chair pose. Hands up high, shoulders by the ears. Sweep it behind you as you exhale. Come on, quads. Come on, glutes. Breath in, reach it up. Cactus the arms, exhale, lift that chest. Come on, breath in. You might even float the heels up. If you want to be bold, here we go, sweep it back. Then inhale, reach it up. Cactus the arms. Stand up tall, breath in. Find a fold, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale through the nose. Sink the hips down, step back. Find plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. And then we sink the hips, or we push the hips back for downward facing dog. Breath in, push the hands down. Exhale, bring the knees to the mat. Big toes touch. Find child's pose. One breath in. One breath out. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Right heel floats. Inhale. Bend the knee, open the hips as you exhale. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Knee to elbow, push the hands down. Inhale, step back. And bring this foot to the top of the mat. Breath in, warrior 1. Spin the back foot down. Exhale to warrior 2. Star pose, breath in. Exhale, warrior 2, second side, to the back of the mat. Breath in, star pose. Take that warrior 2. Breath in, star pose. Warrior 2 to the back. You got it. We got 2 more. Feel the knees go out. Feel the hips open up. You're going to need it for here. On this next star pose, stop here. Point the heels towards each other and sink the hips down. Knees go out. Goddess pose. Breath in. Reach up. Star. Exhale to goddess. Draw the knees back. Good. Inhale, reach up. Sink the hips down. And this time, one more breath in. Pause here in that goddess. You want to be here for a few breaths. Can you get your feet parallel to the yoga mat? Or to your towel or whatever it is that you're on? Can you feel the hips not sinking back, but can you push with your glutes underneath you and lift your chest? Ooh. Yeah, they're working. They're working. Come on, one more breath in through the nose. Warrior 2 to the front of the mat. Peaceful warrior, inhale. Exhale, side angle pose. This time your forearm might go to the quad. You might bring this hand down to the block or to the mat. One hand lifts up. And then Skandasana. We bend the right knee into a low lunge. And you might point the foot or you might flex the foot. Sink the hips down, lift the chest, full breath in. Exhale, make your way to the other side. As you find warrior two with your breath in, can you keep pushing that left knee out? Root that right leg down. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Side angle pose as you exhale. One breath in, reach the hand up and away. Exhale, skandasana. One more breath. Exhale, walk the hands to the front of the mat. Step into your warrior three. Find a bit of a cobra in your spine as you breathe in. And then bring this left knee in front of you. Figure four chair pose as you exhale. Ankle crosses over the knee. We sink the hips down. We keep the chest lifted. We draw this left knee down as if we had a string to pull on it. And we allow ourselves to find a position that feels like a good edge to play with. All right, a spot where you're challenged, but not overwhelmed. An asana where you can breathe, but you're not going to torture yourself either. All right. You can keep the chest lifted, draw the belly button in towards the spine and find this length. Maybe hands at prayer. You got one more breath in. Exhale. Plant the foot down. Warrior three, second side. Feel stable in that left leg. Can you take the shaking out? Lift that right heel with your glute. Feel the hamstrings working. And now let's swing this leg in front of us and cross the ankle over the knee. And if you got blocks or you got a table or you've got a chair somewhere nearby, know that it is helpful to use it. All right, the aim is eventually where we don't need these props. But if you're not there today, don't beat yourself up about that. All right, this is a journey. This is a practice. I've been doing this for a while and I still stumble. That's the beauty of it, is that my body is not the same that it was 10 days ago, 10 minutes ago, or 10 years ago. And neither is yours. One more breath here. Let it all go as you exhale. Draw that knee down. And let's stand up tall. Breath in. Exhale. Let the feet go wide. Peace fingers may wrap around the big toes. This is an opportunity to find yourself in a fold where the feet are opened up a bit more. And can you feel your kneecaps lift and then fold deeper? Let's find Malasana, yogi squat. So if you have blocks, it might be nice to sit on the blocks like this. All right. Or if you have the capability to do so with keeping your feet flat on the mat. All right, I want you like this. This isn't really as helpful. But feet flat on the mat, this is your Malasana. That's why it's nice to have a block if you're able to. All right. With the elbows on the inside of the knees, hands at prayer. Can you lift your chest and let your shoulders drop? How are your hips feeling? Stay with your inhale. Stay with the exhale. Let's bring the hands down. Step your left foot back for lizard pose. It's a great time to bring blocks in as well. Now, there are a few options you have with lizard, and that's why I love this one. You can drop your back knee. You can keep your toes tucked and keep the knee lifted. You can also go for a revolve lizard. And if you have blocks, this is a great spot to hang out. So, whichever asana you like to choose or variation of it, by all means, take yours. Another one is you can also roll on the outside edge of your foot and draw this knee back and let the hips sink down. I offer all of this because we'll be here for the next 4 or 5 breaths. So take your time. Can you really focus on breathing through the discomfort? Whether that's physical or mental or emotional. Can you breathe through the discomfort? Let's bring the hands down. Tuck those back toes, lift that knee. And we're going to shift into Malasana and step back. Go for the second side. And again, you can keep the knee lifted or drop it. Whatever you did on one side, you may do on the other. Emphasis on may. You're not forced to. We're working with a body that's still finding its balance. So if one side needs a different type of love than the other, just honor that. You know your body, you know your sanctuary better than anybody else does. All right? Take care of yourself. One more breath in through the nose. Let it all go as you exhale. Now we step back, find downward facing dog. Kneecaps lift, heels drop, hands push away, and the chest goes to the feet. You can drop the knees down to the mat. Big toes touch and find child's pose. Good. Make your way onto your back. Say hello to the hips. I know they might be feeling some type of way, at least mine are. So we're going to bring our feet to the wide edge of the mat and let the knees fold in towards one another. And then from here, you may windshield wiper the legs. You can move at whatever pace feels intuitive to you. Now let's find stillness. And I want you to stack your right ankle over your left kneecap. And we're going to I want you to take a block underneath your foot. And if that feels great, stay there. Otherwise, you can place 2 blocks, or you can draw it in towards the body. All right, there's a few ways to use props that I wanted to offer to you. All right, let's flex that right foot, push the right knee away from you, and draw the left knee towards you. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. And you can let go. And we'll swap them out. You can push the left knee away and draw the right knee towards you. You can flex both feet if you'd like. See what kind of sensation that brings about. And release it. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open wide. And we were here earlier in this practice. And remember, if your heels are closer to you, that adds a bit more tension. And if the feet are further away, you may notice that the knees open a bit wider. So choose which one feels like it's going to help you down regulate, help you get into a moment of ease. You know, for many of us, the hips tend to be quite a place of tension. You know, due to the lifestyle of our region. You know, we sit a lot in chairs and we drive a lot in our cars. You know, none of these are really ideal for our body. And then we sit on the couch after we've worked all day at the desk. So there's this constant tension on the hips and the low back, and not a lot of activity in the legs. Let's close the legs like a book. Take your time here. You may windshield wiper them again. So I offer this sequence, this session, as an opportunity to build some strength and simply just some awareness about how we can care for our root system. Let's hug the knees in towards the chest. If you'd like to go for happy baby pose, again, knees open wide, or grab the bottoms of the feet and draw the knees down towards the armpits, keeping the low back and the tailbone still in touch with that mat. And even if you don't practice this entire sequence ever again, if you can remember just a few things that you've picked up from this, and know that these are just tools for you to take care of yourself. We don't have to deal with this tension if we know how to relieve it, how to release it. You know, so now that we know better, we can do better. Let's hug the knees in towards the chest, give ourselves this big old hug that we deserve. Squeezing tight. And then find your Shavasana. Legs may go long, the feet may roll out to the sides, and your palms may face the ceiling. If there's any other ways in which we might bring comfort to this moment, take the time. Do what you need to do. Honor your sanctuary. You can relax your gaze. You can relax the tension in your jaw. The tension in your forehead. And just come back to the breath and just notice it without having to control it. You just let your breath be, and you just be the observer. If you've wandered away from the breath, and know that that's normal. Just come on back. You may wiggle your fingers and deepen your breath. You may wiggle your toes and deepen your breath. And then take your time before you find a seated position. I want to take the time to close this practice to remind us of the importance of building steady roots. All right. What we do in the sanctuary is we take the lessons we learn in the body and know the other places in which we can apply them to our life. And the importance of establishing steady roots in our practice on the mat is so that we don't have to wobble and stumble all day long, but we can feel secure even if we're on one leg. And there are times in our life where we might not have both our feet underneath us. Situations may be rocky. So we still have to learn how to establish steady roots. We don't complain about the ground in which we're planted. We just find a way to grow. Sometimes it might help to take care of the body when the body just doesn't seem like it's been in the best place. But also learning how to establish steady roots in our mind with the grounding practices like breathing and meditation, and even sometimes just yoga as a whole. The asana practice can bring a sense of steadiness to the mind so that we're not so chaotic, like the leaves rustling in the wind, or we're more steady and grounded like the roots, even in the midst of a hurricane. All right. So, know that the light in me honors and loves the light in you. Thank you for taking the time to practice this ancient self-care practice, and I look forward to seeing you again on the mat. Until then, peace.